Earlier this year, First Touch Games released Dream League Soccer 2020, a new, modern, and better remake of their classic game of Dream League Soccer 2019. They added new features, updated the player data, and put more shadows. You know I love the shadows. But recently, I saw that the Google Play rating of this game is lower than I expected. It currently has a rating of 4.0 with a huge percentage of 1-star reviews compared to Dream League Soccer 2019. Dream League Soccer 2019 has a 4.4-star rating and a significantly less percentage of 1-star reviews. So what caused the spike in hatred, of disappointment? Was it the shadows? It better not be the shadows. So I, NoLifeJeff, took a deep dive into these reviews to discover the dark side of Dream League Soccer. But before we get into the dark side of Dream League Soccer, smash that subscribe button. We're at 47,000 subscribers. We're so close to 50,000. Come on, subscribe to the channel, please. Anyway, let's go back into the reviews. So if you sort the reviews by only showing the 1-star ratings, you're instantly bombarded of people not liking the change in pace of the game, and jump to conclusion that the game is pay to win. This person here rated 1 stars and has 1,333 upvotes. They say it's completely a money-making game right now. Players not available. If you want to use real cash, then it's huge. Terribly disappointed with the game uninstalling it. By not having big players available, people can progress faster if they spend money on the game and buy gems and buy agents, so they're able to get those players quicker and earlier than other people. It's not just the players, it could be formations as well, and also the stamina goes down lower, making people want to spend more money on coins to heal those players. This guy says it's a major step down from last year. The public just doesn't seem to like these new changes. They don't like the slower progression. They want the high coins, the legendary players available to buy right away, and to be able to upgrade everybody to 100 just like the last game. This is one of the big reasons people play Dream League Soccer over a bigger football game such as FIFA or PES. So if First Touch Games just suddenly pulls away this feature, people will be unhappy. So the people in the reviews are saying that this slower progression makes the game more pay to win, since this style makes users pay money to progress faster. This common mindset is used in a lot of mobile games so that the companies can make money. Take FIFA as an example. They make packs very hard to obtain, and if you buy FIFA points, you can actually buy those packs and get ahead as someone who didn't. This common tactic can often lead to players leaving the game because they feel behind, and they feel like they can never catch up to the people who paid in the game. First Touch Games added this currency to their game called gems, which is very hard to obtain and sort of mimic FIFA points. However, First Touch Games did a very good job with making this less pay to win than it could have been. Players and coaches can both be obtained using coins. The only thing that is a gem exclusives are the facilities, but they're not very necessary and they don't add that much progression to the game. The only thing is formations, but there's only a few key formations that are really good anyway, and they only cost 75 gems, which you start off with. You can argue that gems allow you to get legendary agents and get legendary players at the beginning of the game when you can't with coins and waiting for the transfer market. But what First Touch Games wanted, I assume, is you to have a journey through career mode and not just jump to the end with all the good players. You want to slowly move up in your team rating until you finally get your max team. The problem is that people want to keep jumping in progression and not have that slow journey of a progression through career mode. And this mindset of not jumping to the end of having good players and to not have the slow progression journey has lost them a lot of players. Another big thing about Dream League Soccer is that people liked the portability of the game. You were able to play with no internet, which was huge. Almost all strategy/journey games on mobile require an internet connection to play. So if you were out of internet, you weren't out of luck, and you weren't stuck with these, flash game type things, okay? You could play Dream League Soccer. With Dream League Soccer 2020, they changed that. And now in order to play Dream League Soccer, you needed a valid internet connection. And people were pretty mad. This person doesn't appreciate the online factor of it. He says, but completely changing into an online game is very disrespectful to those fans. Dream League Soccer's fan base was built up of these players who didn't necessarily need internet connection and loved the portability of the game. However, that's just gone with this game. People are losing interest in Dream League Soccer because if you need an online internet connection, you can just play another game. For some people, Dream League Soccer was their number one option when you didn't need internet connection. But now, if you're talking with internet connection in their games, it might not be number one. So this fact right here is another way Dream League Soccer is losing players. Now, when I first saw the lower rating on Dream League Soccer 2020, it was actually in sort of the 3s. So when I was planning to make this video, I saw it in the 3s, like 3-star ratings, like 3.6 or something like that. And the majority of the reviews were this complaint. Now that I look at it now, there's a lot less of those types of reviews, and it's more about the gameplay, which I'll go in later in the video. But it seems like people have understood why they did this change. Even if people were disinterested in the game because of its online state, this change still impacted the game, I would say, for the better. As you guys probably know, Dream League Soccer 2015 or Dream League Soccer Classic, as well as Dream League Soccer 2016 through 19, had a big hacking problem. People would, use all these exterior apps and stuff, and since the game was online, they were able to, cheat in money into the game. So people would progress super duper fast, super duper quickly because you had unlimited coins, and it would just make a really bad experience online because the people who didn't hack didn't have that advantage of all those fully 100 rated players. I feel like this is another reason why not every single player can be 100 overall anymore in this game, and they slowed down progression. I feel like it all has to do with hacking. So since this was such a problem, First Touch Games fixed it by making it online, and you have to have an online connection. It's all account based on career mode. They even had it on their FAQ, so they even mentioned that. The last thing I want to talk about is gameplay. What were the major gameplay changes that drove people away from this game? This person writes, "I'll be so much happier if Dream League could cut out the easy goal trick where you play back to your keeper and punt it up. Or as I like to call it, just hold C. There is no way to keep your defense line back enough to stop this." So this person doesn't seem to be happy of how effective just hold C is. And there's a lot of tactics online that just don't seem right. A lot of people in the comments say that Dream League Soccer 2020 doesn't reflect real football. Another thing online favors is passing it around the back. Once I faced a guy who passed around the back for the whole entire second half, and I couldn't do anything about it. I even actively do that because this strategy works. A strategy that doesn't reflect real football. And possibly the most thing that I hear complaints about, mostly from myself, is the glitching and the pausing and just the stuff online. In Dream League Soccer 2020, First Touch Games got rid of the online spinning wheel, or that little pause in the game for both players to catch up and to sync between the both players. So in theory that should be good because there's less pauses online for both players. but it just makes players start glitching on one person's screen, which gives the other person an advantage. And this just causes the game to be unfair, and because one player can't defend in like the moments of glitching and stuff. And to add on, when players pause the game to bring on subs, the game could also desync on pauses, for the better or for the worse even. I've experienced both. I paused once and got desynced, and my player had a free shot on net. And also, my opponent paused, and then I got desynced again, and my opponent, got the ball, and I couldn't do anything. Check what this person has to say. They say, defenders have no brains and run where you don't want them to. You can't even choose which player you want to change to in the match. And let's not forget how buggy the game is, most likely referring to the glitchy defenders and the glitchy players and like the glitchy passes and all that stuff. This game is honestly so rage-inducing. So why did I make this video? Was it to complain and stab at the game? The answer is no. I made this video to have voices be heard and pass on the message that people want to get across, and bring to light the flaws in the game so that we can make it better. I also want to provide my take on the justification of these changes and maybe change people's minds and maybe make them think differently about this game. If there's anything big I've missed and that you feel like that I should know of and stuff, then leave that in the comments below and I'll respond my take to as many as possible. Anyway, remember to like this video, share it with other Dream League soccer players, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.